Hello friends, I'm CMA Ratna here. Today I came with CMA Group 1 Costing MCQs, and in this first video the questions from 1 to 30th will be solved. If you are happen to be a CA student, still you can watch this video and this is equally important for you guys. So let's get started. See, the first one is in process conversion cost means what? In process conversion cost means was what? For converting any raw material into finished good, for converting raw material into finished goods, what are the things we required? We have any of raw material with us. This raw material needs to be converted into finished good. For that we require direct labor, direct expenses. Coming to the indirect portion, indirect material, indirect labor and indirect expenses. In the sense, material is already there with you, you are converting material into finished good. For that these all are the supporting costs, right? The first one answer is B. Next one, at economic ordering quantity level the following is true. At economic ordering quantity, EOQ, at economic ordering quantity, ordering cost and carrying cost both are minimum and same. You need to remember, both are minimum and same. Ordering cost is equal to the carrying cost. This is the answer. Next one, when a direct worker is paid on a monthly fixed salary basis, the following is true. When you are paying the salary on the monthly basis, then there is no idle time cost. When there is no idle time cost, because you are paying the salary on the monthly basis, so there is no idle time cost available for this. Next one, the following is an example of direct expenses as per accounting standard 10, cost accounting standard 10. Traveling expenses to the site. Example, you have a factory in Hyderabad and you are purchasing the material from Delhi. The person is a supplier. If the supplier is not willing to give the freight charges, means you will incur the freight charges for getting the material from Delhi to Hyderabad. The expenses you incurred for the freight, that is for the transportation of the goods, that is a direct expenses. That is a traveling expenses, that we call it as inward freight. It should be added to the cost of the purchase. Inward freight. Right, this one is the answer, right answer. Traveling expenses to the site. The following is not treated as a manufacturing overhead. Which one is not treated as a manufacturing overhead? Yes, when night shift allowance is paid to a factory workers due to the general work pressure. When there is a general work pressure, because of the general work pressure, if the employees are working on a overtime basis or the night shift, that allowances cannot be treated as a manufacturing overhead. When you attempt a reconciliation of profits as per the financial accounts and the cost accounts, the following is done. See, I will write here your financial accounts, here your cost accounts. What is saying? One thing we will read. What is saying? Add under absorption of overheads in the cost accounts if you start from the profits. Yes, I'll explain you with the example. Let's take the example. This is your P&L. In your P&L you got a profit of 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees you got a profit, and interest element, there is a interest element. Take the example I am taking. Don't ask me from where you got these numbers. Example, I am saying your profit is 10,000 rupees and I am saying interest on your bank borrowings or something, that is a 1,000 rupee. So you will say 9,000 rupees is your ultimate profit. But when you are talking about the financial accounts, in the financial accounts, how you will show your profit is 10,000 rupees. Here also you will show profit is 10,000 rupees. But this interest portion is a financial portion. So from the financial profits you will remove interest portion 1,000 and you will say as per the financial portion the profit is 9,000. But when you say as per the costing, from the costing you will not remove the financial elements. So you will say nothing is removed, 10,000 is a profit. So when you are starting your when you are starting your reconciliation with the financial accounts, under absorbed overhead is how much? Under absorbed in the sense, in the cost accounts, you have not absorbed this 1000 rupees interest portion. You have not absorbed this. So you add this one to this one. Then you will get 10,000 rupees financial 10,000 rupees profit for the financial accounts also. Because we have deducted from the financial accounts. So if you add back the same thing to the financial accounts, then you will be at the same footage, 10,000 rupees here and 10,000 rupees here. This is a reconciliation statement. Next one, in a batch cost, answer is what? Add the under absorption of overheads in a cost accounts. Answer, wait a second, answer this one only. Add the under absorption of overheads in the cost accounts, that is this 1000 rupees. If you start the profits from the financial accounts, if you are starting from the financial accounts, you add 1000 rupees, that is under absorbed in the cost accounts, to the financial accounts. So answer is first one. Next one, batch costing is applied effectively in the following cases. Batch costing, if you see drugs manufactured in a batches wise, so drugs manufacturing is a batch costing, means in drugs manufacturing batch costing is used. In the context of contract account, work completed and not yet certified will be shown as, see, work completed but not yet certified. Not yet certified in the sense, this is a certified, right? Not yet certified in the sense, this is a work in progress. Work is already completed but work in progress because it is not certified. So, and it will be shown at cost only. If it is certified, then the profit element will be added. Until and unless it gets certification, we will not say that is a completion one or finished good. We will say that is a work in progress only, and we will show at cost only. So this one is the right answer, at cost under work in progress. A certain process needed standard labor hours, 24 skilled labor hours and 30 unskilled labor hours. There are two kinds of laborers, skilled one 24 and 30 unskilled 30 laborers, right, at a rate of 60 and 40 respectively as a standard rates, as a standard one. Actual what happened, 20 and 25 labor hours were used. Actual skilled 20, unskilled 25 at 50 and 50 respectively. Then labor mix variances, this is the actual one. Labor mix, what is the formula for the labor mix? Standard rate into revised standard hours minus actual hours. How to find out revised standard hours? I'll show you here. For the skilled one, come back here. See, totally skilled one we assumed 54 skilled employees and unskilled one 45 unskilled one, or else I'll take this one this side. Unskilled one 45. So how to revise? 24 skilled when standard is 54. Then what about for the 45? And unskilled one 30 skilled when 54 total. Then what about for the 45? So this is a revised standard hours. So these are the revised standard hours. Revised 24 divided by 54 into 45, that is 20 and 30 divided by 54 into 45 is 25. These are revised standard hours. Revised standard hours. Revised standard hours into rate. Revised standard hours into standard rate. SR. SR, what is the standard rate? 60-40. 60-40. So revised standard hours into standard rate. 20 into 60 is nothing but 1200. 25 into 40, that is 1000. This is a revised standard hours into standard rate and standard rate into actual hours. What is the standard rate? Standard rate 60 and 40. For the skilled, 60 rupees. For unskilled, rate is 40 rupees. Actual hours how many? 20 and 25. 20 and 25. 60 into 20, that is 1200. 40 into 25, that is 1000. 1000. So 2200 here, 2200 here. If you substitute in this formula, 2200 minus 2200 is a nil. So what is this? Labor mix is nil. That is a 0. Right. Next one. If an organization has all the resources it needs for the production, then principal budget factor is most likely to be. See, you have all the resources to manufacture, then what is the next principal budget factor? Sales demand. You have all the factors to manufacture, but you must be having the demand also in the market. Next concern is the demand. Whether we have demand in the market or not is also a concern. So sales demand is the next concern. Cost unit of hospital industry. Hospital industry cost unit is patient day. Which of the following is considered as a normal loss of material? Normal loss of material, pilferage is not normal loss. Loss due to accident is also not normal one. Loss due to carelessness, handling of material, no. So none of the above is the normal loss. Idle time. Idle time is the one. Idle time spent by workers off their job is the idle time. Warehouse expenses is an example of distribution overhead. Which of the following is not included in the preparation of the cost sheet? What is not included in the cost sheet? Interest element is not included. Financial transactions, that is the interest portion, debenture interest, bank interest, all are not included in the cost sheet. Operating costing is applicable to hospital industry, cinema industry, and transport undertaking. Operating costing is applicable to all of the above. If the sales are 90,000 and variable cost to sales is 75%, contribution is, see, sales 90,000 and variable cost is saying 75%. 75% in the sense 90,000 into 75% is 90,000 into 75% is 67,500. The difference between that is your contribution. In simple language, you can say 90,000 is the sales, variable portion is 75%, in the sense contribution is 25%. 90,000 into 25% is 22,500 is your contribution. But explanation purpose, you need to write all these things. PV ratio will increase if this is a sales, this is a variable cost, this is your contribution. See, take the example, 1000 rupees is the sales, variable portion is 400 and 600 is the contribution. See, if sales is increased to 1200, then also your PV ratio will be increased. How much? Yeah, 800. See, PV ratio, how to find out? Contribution by sales, 600 divided by 1000. Here 800 divided by 1200. So 600 divided by 1000 is 60% here. If the sales is increased, 1200, 800 divided by 1200, that is 66.66. In other way, when variable cost is decreased, one thing is when sales is increased, next one is when variable cost is decreased. 1000 rupees is the selling price from the original and variable cost got decreased to 300. So 700 rupees you are getting the contribution. So 700 upon 1000. So 70% here. So PV ratio will be increased when sales amount is increased or variable cost is decreased. In two scenarios, PV ratio will be increased. So answer for this is there is a decrease in the variable cost per unit. If there is a decrease in the variable cost per unit also, your PV ratio will increase, or if there is an increase in the selling price also, PV ratio will be increased. Difference between the standard cost and the actual cost is called variance. You will have a chapter standard costing, in that you will find variance. Sales budget is a functional budget. Sales budget is nothing but functional budget. Depreciation is an example of. Depreciation is, in most of the cases, depreciation is a fixed cost. Continuous stock taking is a part of perpetual. It means itself is saying continuous. Perpetual inventory is nothing but the continuous stock taking one. Cost of idle time arising due to non-availability of raw material. Due to non-availability of raw material, in the sense this is a this is not the normal situation, this is the abnormal situation. So abnormal loss should be transferred to the costing P&L. Overtime is what? Overtime is in the sense what? In a day actually you are supposed to work for 8 hours. If you are working for 10 hours, then 2 hours will be your overtime. So if your total working hours, actual hours are more than the normal hours, then it is a overtime. Actual hours being more than the normal hours. Normal hours are 8, but actually you worked for 10 hours. So this one is the right answer. Actual hours being more than the normal time. Allotment of whole items of cost centers or the cost units is called allocation. Here only the word is saying allocation. You use the same allocation. In a reconciliation statement, expenses shown only in the financial accounts are expenses shown only in the financial accounts. See, only in the financial accounts what we will show, interest element we will show in the financial accounts but not in the cost accounts. So if you are starting from this one, you add back it, add to the financial profits. Job costing is used when furniture making, repair shop and printing. So all of the above is the right answer for the job costing. Next one. In a process, 8,000 units are introduced during a period. 5% of input is a normal loss. Closing working progress is 60%. Completed is 1,000 units. And 6,600 completed units are transferred to the next process. Equivalent production for the period is, see, simple one. See, totally input you have given 8,000 and closing working progress you have 1,000 units closing working progress. In this 60% finished. 1,000 into 60% is 600 finished. And next 6,600 completed units are transferred to the next process. These are the working progress. I'll write here, these are the working progress. And completed one, how many? 6,600 units completed. This normal loss we will not take into consideration for the normal loss. If it is abnormal loss, we would have taken it, but normal loss we will not take. So equivalent production for the period is 7,200. 7,200 is the right answer. If the sales are 1,50,000 and variable cost is 50,000, PV ratio is. PV ratio just now we have discussed. What is the formula? Sales minus variable cost is a contribution. Sales is 1,50,000 and variable cost is 50,000. So 1 lakh is the contribution. What is the PV ratio formula? 1 lakh, that is the contribution, divided by sales 1,50,000, that is 66.66% is the PV ratio. The standard cost of material for a given quantity of input is this much. Standard quantity for a material given, standard cost of material for a given quantity of output is standard quantity of standard cost of standard quantity. Yes. Cost of standard quantity for a given, standard cost of material for a given quantity of output means standard cost for standard quantity of material 15,000, while the actual cost of material used is this much. Actual cost of material 16,200. So formula is how much? What is the formula for the material cost variance? Material cost variance I said standard quantity into standard rate minus actual quantity into actual rate. See, this is a standard quantity into standard rate given as 15,000 and actual quantity into actual rate is given as 16,200. So the difference is 1,200 adverse. 1,200 adverse.